All right, what up, guys? Welcome back to, I guess this is our third, maybe fourth installment of Weekly Wager with your boy TP3 Bets and What Up, Bro. Y'all already know what time it is, man. Time to come in here, get some free plays, talk about some games. We're going to talk some fantasy football as well. We got NFL preseason coming up tomorrow, all types of good stuff. Bro, how are we doing so far today? You take any MLB day games?
We did. We're all right. We're looking like we might just break even. So push comes to shove, free sweat, good cardio, good for the health, gets all the toxins out. TP3. Do you know if I'm rocking and rolling on YouTube too?
Yeah, it looks like we both should be live on our YouTubes, X, everything. So we should be coming to y'all on the three main platforms. Fuck TikTok.
Bangarang. Okay, awesome. TP3. It's funny. Yesterday I was talking to our guest, and I told them to expect a Braves game mukbang. I thought that was going down, dude. I was waiting for that, dude. I was ready to fucking hype that shit up. No mukbang?
What's the mukbang? The Braves beating them?
No, the mukbang where you're eating all the food. You get all the food in the Braves stadium.
Dude. I did the 9 beers, 9 inning challenge. In my video I'm going to upload for y'all later tonight, just like a little recap of me at the game yesterday. The first thing I say is I'm live at the Braves game and we're not doing the 9 beers and 9 inning challenge. Dude, I felt miserable after doing the 9 beers and 9 inning challenge. Like the last 2 innings were a complete struggle, and then I was like pissed drunk for the next couple hours, and I fell asleep for like an hour, and then I woke up. Felt so bloated. Like I just felt like the most I felt like I weighed like 400 pounds, dude. So definitely not doing anything like that again. I did eat some food at the game. I probably should have put that in the blog, but whatever, you know?
No, yeah. Those challenges, the views are great, man, but they never work out well, man. I did one for the Browns last year, and it was on a Snapchat. I was a competition with a couple of buddies, and man, I tell you what, I didn't win, and I also felt like you said, absolute ass. It just feels like you're on your deathbed. But all right, guys. Yesterday was a solo mission. We had some fun. We definitely did. We missed TP3, and we're glad to have him back. That's for damn sure. Before we get into picks, plays, NFL, all the good stuff that you want, guys, the links are in the bio. SoBet. Right now is the best time to get into SoBet. If you've never heard of SoBet or you're interested, you have heard about SoBet, but you don't know what it is, give me 30 seconds of your time and lock in. So SoBet, I want you to visualize Twitter. You're scrolling through Twitter. You see everybody posting everything about all sorts of different stuff. Forget everything but sports. All you have is sports. You're scrolling through over 50 vetted professional sports experts and their insights, their props. We got tons of people that are high on player props for the NFL season. You're going to have, obviously, your picks with college football, MLB, NFL. We got parlays that are always popping off. You see all the TikToks of people, celebrating and showing off their massive parlays. That all happens on SoBet. And for $10, whether you use code TP3 or wuttup on either one of our signups, make sure you're using the code because you're getting $5 off right there in the cart for $10 a month. You get access to all those picks. You get locked in, and right now is the best time to do it because a lot of people are doing sales on their personal channels as well before the NFL season. So that way you can figure out who your favorite handicappers are, who your favorite picks are, and how you like to do things before you get into the nitty-gritty of the NFL season. Guys, there is no one doing what SoBet's doing, and if you see any of our social media pages on TikTok, which you need to make sure you're following, we're going to give a plug here in just a moment. You see the leaderboards that we're posting. There's stat boards now. There's so many scam decappers on these platforms selling you a dream but never showing you any results. On SoBet, that's not the facts. So SoBet is the truth. Look at the leaderboard. TP3, myself, we're always in the top 10, and that shit ain't going to change. Without further ado, today we are going to be talking about a lot of good stuff. So lock the fuck in. Let's go.
Yeah, bro said it best, guys. Lock the fuck in. Let's get this thing going. Time to strap in. Time to get down to business. Look, guys, first of all, football season's ramping up, man. We're going to get some college football stuff in here soon. But first of all, we're going to start out here in the NFL. Bro and I texted back and forth. I know a lot of y'all doing mock drafts, getting ready for fantasy football season. Look, I wouldn't call us fantasy football experts. I am a back-to-back reigning fantasy football champion here. So I might have a little bit for you. And first thing I want to say is if you're not playing PPR, what the fuck are you doing? That's what I want to know. But, bro, let's get into it here, man. First thing we want to talk about here for the upcoming fantasy football season, we're not going to talk about who you need to draft number one. We're not going to sit here and do an entire mock draft. We're going to try to give you guys the little things that we think that we can help you guys with winning. Bro, the first thing is, what player do you think is like a little bit overrated right now in ESPN's rankings or whatever site you use as rankings? Like, who do you think is being drafted too high right now?
Universally, I think the tight end position is something that is being overvalued immensely, regardless of who you're talking about. I do have a specific person that I am going to mention, but I think it's important for you guys to understand the direction in which, especially PPR fantasy football, is going. And unless you're in a position where you have Travis Kelce, the tight end position is not what it used to be, where you have multiple guys racking in 7-8 target games. A lot of teams are no longer doing tight end sets at all, or they have hybrid tight ends. We're talking the Njokus. We're talking the Kyle Pitts of the world. We're talking these athletic tight ends where we're not seeing the same type of production out of tight ends, especially in the red zone. That being said, guys, Mark Andrews has to be the biggest fade this year out of big names that I can think of. Okay, couple of things. One, and this, I don't take any pleasure in saying, whether I'm a Browns fan or not, the guy is an absolute stud, regardless if I think he's overrated and where he's being drafted right now. You never want to see any star players, any players at all, get injured, right? This is a product for entertainment. They are putting food on the table for their families, but they have a life to live after this. The injury that he sustained was not good at all. And the fact that he tried to rush back, I can tell you, I've had injuries I've tried to rush back from. All that does is create lingering issues forever, okay, for that issue, for that injury. So one, he's coming off a really bad injury. Two, the Ravens picked up Derrick Henry, and I'm telling you, what you're going to see is a lot more of Ricard. You're going to see a lot more backfield action and a lot more option action, a lot less of Mark Andrews. On top of that, you have Isaiah Likely, okay? He's hot on the scene. He's that hybrid tight end that I'm talking to you about. The guy that's fast, the guy that can run the routes, the guy that has the hands. I think you see a transition from Mark Andrews being the tight end one of this offense to Isaiah Likely halfway through the season. Don't be surprised if he is pacing the Baltimore Ravens in receptions and yards for tight ends.
That's a pretty good one, actually. To be honest with you, I thought you were going to steal my fade, who's also a tight end. We're capitalizing on the tight end position, so we're going to have to get into some other positions here in a bit. But yeah, I actually completely agree with everything you said. I think tight end couldn't be more deep than it's ever been now. Like you said, there's a lot of these guys listed as tight ends who line up out wide, get a lot of target share. And yeah, that Ravens offense, man, there's a lot of mouths to feed, especially with King Henry in there. He's going to be taking away from touchdown stuff. I actually think Derrick Henry's a pretty interesting player. I feel like that he is on the older side, like we've talked about in the past, but at the same time, could open things up a little bit for him being in a different kind of offense, where things are a little more spread out and there's a lot more playmakers. So that'll be interesting. I like the point you made there. Yeah, my biggest fade, man, I'm going with Sam Laporta. Sam Laporta outranks Travis Kelce in some of these leagues. Look, I'm not saying he's a bad player. I think it's similar to what you just said. There's a lot of mouths to feed in Detroit offensively. I think Jameson Williams is going to get the ball a lot more. They got a lot of good players in this offense, but Laporta was like third or fourth in the NFL in touchdowns scored last year because they count wide receivers and tight ends together for receiving touchdowns, obviously.
Right.
So I think that Laporta is actually probably the guy who's due for a little bit of regression here. Well, I think he's a really good player. I just think it's going to be tough to see him score 10 touchdowns again, including the fact he had a game where he had 3 touchdowns in one game, which is very hard to repeat. And Amon-Ra St. Brown was hurt and missed a decent chunk of time last season. So I think all those things together mean Laporta's a little bit overvalued, but I think there's a lot of value later on in the draft at tight end. And I think guys like Evan Ingram with Calvin Ridley departing can get back to what he did 2 seasons ago. So I think there's tons of value in the tight end position. Just kind of agree with what you said, bro.
Yeah. No, I really like that. At first I was like, whoa. But then you're saying just hold your, so you don't have him getting drafted above Travis Kelce. What in tight ends, where would you have him ranked? I mean, obviously you may not have it fully capped, but Where do you have him ranked? In the top 5? You have him ranked outside the top 5 this year?
It's tough. I would definitely value him over Andrews, but honestly, like I think that just the position he's being drafted on the board, like he's projected anywhere on Sleeper, he's projected like 20th or like 20 something, but on ESPN he's like 31. I think he's more like a 40th an up pick than a top 30 40 pick, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So, but I think that like guys like Dalton Kincaid, Trey McBride, and Evan Ingram are guys who can fall in line behind Travis Kelce. I wouldn't be shocked to see one of those guys be the second tight end, especially Trey McBride, honestly. Like, I think Arizona's offense might end up being a juggernaut. Not saying they're going to win a bunch of games, but I think Kyler Murray might do some work there, and they have a lot of interesting weapons in that offense, especially with Marvin Harrison Jr. being a rookie. Trey McBride's the player he's going to trust more, I think. So I think Trey McBride could possibly even challenge Kelce for tight end number 1. It could be a cold take even, but
hey, no, I don't hate that. No, I like that a lot, and I think you're right. I like that Kincaid kid in Baltimore or Buffalo rather. And Josh Allen doesn't have anyone to throw the fucking ball to, so he's going to be getting that work. But yeah, I think we both, generally speaking, would agree. Guys, don't reach for tight ends this year. Okay, there is so much talent where, unless you have Travis Kelce, once you see Kelce go off the board, don't panic. Don't panic. Don't feel like you need to work that into your system right away. Have a plan, a fortified plan. Do your mock drafts and figure out kind of where your sweet spot is, because everybody has the people they want to draft that they're like, okay, first, second round, these are my guys. You need to make sure you have escape routes where you're able to get your guys in at least the first 6, 7 rounds. And you have to have multiple my guys, but be easy on the tight ends, okay? Because there's so much talent all the way through this draft. Okay, so we talked about the overvalued player, TP3. I need your sleeper. I need somebody that is flying under the radar that when you take it, all your boys in the fantasy league are going to be shitting bricks and sweating because they missed out on a lock player that is going to take them to the playoffs. What you got?
Yeah, so I know I said one player. I got 2, but I'll go with the one I like more first.
You can give us 2. That's all right.
Yeah, I'm going to go to the wide receiver position here. This guy's ranked 142nd. So first of all, I'm not going to say his name just yet. Here's the rumors coming out of Chargers camp right now. Currently, the Chargers, 40% of their offense is currently injured. Justin Herbert, right plantar fascia. Kamani Vidal, unknown. Lad McConkey, right ankle, right knee. Quentin Johnston, unknown. Gus Edwards, off-season ankle surgery. J.K. Dobbins, post-ACL tear. We all know how unhealthy he is. DJ Chark, wide receiver they signed. His massive injury history. You know who this leads me to? A guy who had a bunch of big weeks for them last year, and that would be Joshua Palmer. Palmer and Herbert have chemistry. He emerged in some games before he got hurt. Chargers always seem to have a lot of injuries. I think Herbert's going to see the familiar face. This guy can get down the field. You know, Herbert loves to throw the deep ball. He's got a big arm. I think Joshua Palmer is like a guy you want to snag later on in your draft and stash on your bench for a couple weeks. And I think he could end up proving himself and be a key piece to help you as the season goes on.
I love that. That's actually sharp. That is sharp as shit. I didn't know where you were going with this at first, but I really like that. And yeah, they're dealing with a lot of injuries. He's got to have somebody to throw who else he's got to throw the ball to?
Yeah, I guess McConkey, but McConkey's hurt right now. I mean, they even lost Gerald. They lost Gerald Everett, Keenan Allen, and Mike Williams. So that's the one familiar face right there, a veteran. So I think he could be a good one. Then another one I like, kind of the same thing here. We talked about Buffalo, how they got to have somebody to throw the ball to. Khalil Shakir started to emerge a little bit at the end of the season. Khalil Shakir, I mean, I'm not saying that like I think he's going to be like a wide receiver 2 or surefire, but I think he could be a viable flex option and have some big games. So I like Khalil Shakir a lot. I think he could really make some plays down the field, especially with his speed. You know, Josh Allen's got a big arm. He's going to throw it to him.
Oh, yeah. Josh Allen's got a cannon. Hey, let's take a look at the chat. Sharp Dimes. Love you, brother. I just saw that. Travis, the Dodgers. He's on the Dodgers. We're going to talk MLB. We got Puma. What up, brother? Hey, are we golfing this weekend? Yay or nay? We have to. Blackbrook. That course was pure shit. What up, pipe layer? And Shakir is sneaky, no doubt. Yes, absolutely. Hey, guys, just want to say really quickly, first and foremost, thank you for tuning in. The weekly win streak, this is something that's brand new, but we're not going anywhere. Okay. And, tell your friends, show your friends, share this if you could. This is very similar to like TikTok Live, where if you you engage, you tap the screen if you're on your mobile device. It will also drive the algorithm. So help us out there. 5 p.m. Eastern, most days. There may be days where it's just me. There may be days it's just TP3, or we do it in the morning, but we're always going to try to post it on our socials so you know where and when to tune in. But we just want to say thank you. If you're not subscribed to our YouTubes, make sure you're going ahead and doing so. And also, very quickly, 30-second plug. SoBet. Listen, 50 vetted professional sports handicappers. You can get in the door right now for $10 using the code TP3, using the code wuttup. Right now is the best time to get in. You can get kind of affiliated and get your feet wet, kind of figure out how SoBet works and figure out your favorite cappers, your favorite styles, and what you're really looking for in a SoBet subscription and a SoBet experience, because there's a lot of different stuff going on actually on SoBet with live chats and VIPs and all sorts of good stuff like that. But you know what's coming. The NFL, NCAA football. Guys, lock in. SoBet. To the moon. Okay. So I love those sleeper picks. This is a sleeper pick that, and I've done quite a bit of research. As you guys, if you don't know, I'm doing a team-by-team special on my TikTok. What up, bro live. Make sure you're giving me a follow. Guys, Jonathan Brooks. Nobody wants to roster anyone from the Carolina Panthers. And I say, hold on just a moment. Hang on here. Listen, these guys used a second-round pick on this guy. He's out of Texas. He's number 81 average ADP. The number 25 running back in PPR leagues average draft position for running backs. But some books and sites have him as low as 256 overall. Okay? There is such a discrepancy and an unknown about this guy. I'm telling you, he's the next Bijan Robinson. He's coming off an ACL. So yes, he's going to need to be kind of weaned in and kind of worked into the system. But listen, Chuba Hubbard's not the answer. They got to find a way to protect Bryce Young. And the way to protect Bryce Young is get his tiny ass into the shotgun, get him out from under center, and get him somebody that can be a 3-down back at any point in time, that can run the screen plays, that can get out there and run the flats, that you can get him inside, you can get him outside. Protect this guy a little bit. Jonathan Brooks is that guy. I really, really like him. I'm not saying jump up in the board, and get him in the fucking 5th or 6th round or anything, but I'm saying this is a name to watch. Stash him on your bench, because if you don't, one of your buddies will, and you're going to be kicking yourself later.
Bro, I like that player a lot. I thought Jonathan Brooks was a total stud at Texas. If he didn't get hurt, he might have been the one back to get drafted in the first round with a pick. So think we got everything nailed here for fantasy. And guys, I think we just hit our all-time high of people watching this video. So we appreciate everyone who's in here, but we know why y'all are really here. And that's because y'all want to eat some free plays and y'all want to hear us talk about the games. So you know what? We need to just give the people what they want. That's what we are. We're made of people here, bro. So let's do it, man.
Yes.
First of all, we have one of the best matchups today in the MLB. Look, I don't have a play in this game, but I think it'd be interesting we talk about this game first. We have the Dodgers taking on the Phillies here, two of the top teams in the MLB facing off. Bro's got to play for us, though, in this game. Tonight's matchup will feature, I believe it's Phillips versus who's pitching tonight for the Dodgers?
Stone. Mr. Gavin Stone.
What's the play? Let us know, bro.
Well, listen, I'll tell you what. I haven't locked it in yet. It's been a situation to where, hey, listen, TP3, really quickly.
Yeah.
We got a subscriber here that wants to know, do you do soccer?
Dude, I can't. I think soccer is a beautiful sport. I think it's fun to watch, but I cannot stand the 3-way line. That shit pisses me off so much.
That's fair. All right. Oh, what up, Wes? Wes is in the building too.
Yep.
All right. What's up, boss man? Hey, so but Pumi, if we'll talk, bro. If you want, there's people that do soccer and they're like sharp as fuck.
Yeah.
We got like Rhino Bets. Like there's a lot of people that will do La Liga, all sorts of shit.
Nasty for sure.
Yeah. Oh, nasty. Yeah, exactly. But all right, back to the MLB. I don't have an official play in this yet, but I will tell you, I do really like the over in this game. what it comes down to is Gavin Stone, especially at home, has proven that he's been hittable. The Phillies bats, while volatile, absolutely, especially right now, you can't keep the fire out forever. Okay. The fact of the matter is this is a top 3 offense in the MLB. When you're playing in LA, the ball flies, wind is out. And on the other side, I mean, we're talking about fucking LA here. I mean, Shohei Ohtani, we're talking about bombs. We're talking about one of the highest scoring stadiums in the MLB, just on overall average. So I like the over, but what I would say is if your book allows you, buy it. I don't like 9. 9 is, that's a little much for me at 105, like minus 108. If you're okay with it and you're okay with a push, okay, I would buy it down to 8.5. So that would be get the victory because we want fucking W's here.
Yeah, I got to go exactly where Bro's head's at on this game. Look, I got some good stats for y'all on the over here. I was actually pretty close to taking this game over. I will say I have 2 overs on SoBet that I like a little bit more. I'm about to give y'all one for free in a second, too. So trust me, we're about to get one of these overs I like more for free here in a second. So Gavin Stone's really regressed lately. Last month, he had a 6.27 ERA. Then in his one outing this month, he gave up 5 earned on 8 hits against Oakland. Then on top of that, the Phillies this season is an away underdog. I don't know what it is, but whatever reason, when they're an away underdog, they're 11-4-1 to the over. That's 73.3%, hitting by an average margin of 1.9 runs per game. So they're going way over this total whenever it happens for whatever reason. I would assume probably because when the Phillies are an underdog, they don't have Wheeler or Suarez or, one of their studs on the mound. So that's probably why, honestly, and these guys are getting beat up. I bet you a lot of those starts were when that Taijuan Walker was the starting pitcher. So that would be my guess there is why the over stat's so good there. But, yeah, there's something to think of. If y'all are looking for a late-night sweat right there, that might be your play there is the over in that Dodgers game. But, look, I hinted towards my over, bro, but I'll start us out with that one, then I'll let you give the next one. Guys, for my play today, and my first free play I'm going to give y'all here, I'm going to go to the Braves versus the Brew Crew, a game I was at last night, the game I cashed the over at in person. We're going to go back to the exact same play here, back to the well, baby. We're going to go over 8 runs in this game. When I look at this matchup here, both teams just saw Freddie Peralta and Chris Sale in the last game. Freddie Peralta has good stuff, but, he also does have a 3.89 ERA. He doesn't have a 0 ERA. Chris Sale still has a 2.71 ERA. Milwaukee is first in the MLB in the last 30 days at hitting left-handed pitchers. Milwaukee's top 10 in runs and batting average also in the last 8 days. His offense is trending up, finding their groove, and I think that Sale here, while he's been pitching well, it's a tough spot for both these guys. It's 90. Guys, I went on my morning walk this morning in Atlanta. I was sweating my ass off. It's going to be 90-plus degrees at first pitch, and throughout the entire game, there's wind blowing out here. The ball's going to carry out of the ballpark. Look, if this total was 7, I probably wouldn't touch it, but at 8, they're basically saying, oh, you want to take the under? Well, here you go. You can get a full 4 for the first 5 innings. You get all that shit because the under's not hitting in this game, guys. It's going to go way over. The Braves haven't scored a run in 24 innings. I know that might scare some people away, but they're still major league. This is not the White Sox, guys. This is a playoff team with the Braves. Hopefully a playoff team, fingers crossed. They need to score some fucking runs today. Give me the over.
Love it. Love it. And I love the passion. Come on. Braves, we need to. Oh. Come on now. Let's fucking go. Yeah. That's what I see. I know what I'm talking about here. Okay. Oh, he's a hometown guy. Hey, can we get a little update on the Athletics game? Tell me. Give me good news or no news at all.
Tie game right now, and the Athletics have runners on first and second with 1 out.
Shut the fuck up.
Swear to God.
Bangarang, come on now. Whoa, come on.
Hey, all right. And here's another update for you, too. 4-2 Diamondbacks into the 4th.
All we need is the over. The Guardians are trash. They threw away their world. Listen, this is the one time where everything was lining up. We were hitting. We were doing it all. We have the best bullpen in baseball. And the cheapskate, our owner is the biggest bum. We did nothing. We got a fucking hurt, washed up old outfielder and a guy that can't get off the injured list. That's had 3 times where he was scheduled to get off of it and he can't. Dude, so many people made moves to make themselves better. All we did was made ourselves worse. We traded prospects for old names that look good on Google, but that are not going to do anything for us right now. But hey, that's okay. Listen, 5-game losing streak, about to be 6. Let's go, Guardians. What a stupid name. What a stupid name, too. You know, fuck that. All right. Marlins money line says David Mullen. Dodgers over 9. David. I like it. Hey, listen, David. Listen, you better watch it, brother. What do you I think you're subscribed. I think you're taking my picks. What the hell's going on here?
I will say I don't have anything on any of those except for the Marlins game, and let's just put it this way, I probably don't like the Marlins play. But other than that, I think he'll probably catch the rest.
Wait. Do you have the Marlins?
No, fuck no.
Oh, dude, I was like, hold on. Let's talk about that line movement, though. What the fuck is going on? That opened at -160. It's now down to -125.
Yeah, people are just betting against the Reds because they're favored here and see the records and the way the Reds have been playing. The Reds' offense, though, is actually trending way up, and the Marlins are 7-31 this season against left-handed pitchers. So, I mean, look, I get it. Like that's the way it goes sometimes. You know, in these MLB games, the lines will trend. Like it kind of reminds me of that Cardinals-Mets game earlier this week, where the Cardinals flipped all the way to favored. I told you guys the Cardinals had a day off in weeks. The Mets were about to wipe them. What happened? Boom.
Yeah, facts. All right. Hey, listen, great segue. We're going to talk Cardinals at home. Okay. They take on the Rays. Taj Bradley is on the bump for the Rays. This is a play where as long as everything works out the way it's supposed to so far, I'm going to lock in. It's on. I already sent it out to my VIP as a go.
Okay.
Listen, Eric Fetty didn't have a good first start. Okay, there's no denying that. But there are people that are in this chat that know, and I've been on record saying the Cardinals of St. Louis at home against righties. It's like, you remember when you played Grand Theft Auto 3 or 4 and you had like the LR up, down, you know, R2, right to, whatever the fuck it was, and you're slamming all those buttons, and all of a sudden you got all the guns, all the money. Like, that's the Cardinals at home against righties. Guys, I think they get off the schneid. They've been on a little bit of a cold streak. I think Taj Bradley just had a blow-up game. Do I think he's going to get hit like that again? Probably not that to that degree. But listen, the Rays had a yard sale. They gave all their hitting away. I got to lean Cardinals at home here.
Okay. I can't lie. I capped this game. I will say, here's a stat in your favor. It's the one thing that kept me off. The Rays are second in strikeouts in the last 8 days. This team is striking out like nobody's business. I was on Tampa Bay last night, took an unfortunate L. That was a really tight game with one blow-up inning cost us the entire game. I mean, I feel like Bradley might get right here, but at the same time, is Tampa Bay really going to score any runs? That was where I was really hung up on, is if Tampa Bay can give us any offense in this game. I don't know. It's a tough game, honestly, in my opinion. But I'm going to be rooting for you. I got nothing on the Rays, so I'm going to be rooting for you in this game for sure, bro.
Did I call him Taj Gibson?
No, you called him Taj Bradley.
I could have swore I called him Taj Gibson. All right.
Yeah, no, you're good on that one. So, guys, for my second free play here, I'm going to go to the one I put out in a video earlier today. And look, I know everybody hates it. I looked at the bet splits earlier. And to be honest, y'all, I wasn't even taking this as like a fade the public. This is a straight like numbers play for me and an edge that I found that I thought like nobody else is really seeing in this game. But when I checked at about 1:30 today, 9% of the bets were on the Washington Nationals today. And I'm rocking with the Washington Nationals today. So first of all, here's the first thing here. You look at Blake Snell's starts. First of all, when he faced the Twins didn't have Jose Miranda. They didn't have Carlos Correa. They didn't even have Byron Buxton in the lineup until they put him in the lineup after that Blake Snell was out of the game. And then they also didn't have Royce Lewis in the lineup. That's their 4 best hitters, in my opinion, right there. I mean, Buxton's numbers aren't that great, but he does have a lot of pop in his bat.
Facts.
But on top of that, every single one of Blake Snell's starts were in sub-80-degree weather on the West Coast, minus the Dodgers game, against weaker offenses. Now, is Blake Snell rounding into form? Yes. He just shut down 2 dog shit lineups that don't have good numbers against lefties. Rather than the Nationals are 5th in batting average in the last 30 days against lefties, 4th in WRC plus against them, and they're 5th in runs scored and batting average in the last 8 days. The Nationals are raking at the plate. Also, San Francisco is a top 5 strikeout team in the last 8 days, and Jake Irvin is dealing in these games he's been pitching in. I think the Nationals plus 140 here. Like I just think the line is out of hand here in this game. I like fading guys coming in here off a no-hitter who watch Blake Snell strike out 13 people and I'll look like an idiot, but so be it. You're never going to win money if you're not willing to look stupid. Give me Washington tonight.
Guys, really quick before I get you, listen, I'll tell you, you just walked into another play that you didn't know you walked into. I got a parlay. One of us is we're gonna have to square off TP3. We got to have one of those things where it's you against me like this, because I got the Giants money line. So fuck. Yeah, I do. Ooh. Really the only reason is, well, one, Blake Snell, but also I just think it's two teams going different directions.
Okay.
And we liked it. We liked it. The more and more you talk about it, though, I'm like, fuck. Of course, that's the last leg too of this parlay, and as long as Oakland just needs to win, Yankees need to win, over needs to hit, and then we just need the Giants. So we're gonna talk about an interesting game, but we're gonna save that for last. I want to make sure I'm getting you a play here, guys. Fuck it. I'm gonna give you two plays because I can't decide which one. It just seems like it's too good, and I'm not gonna give you a ton of analysis on because I'm giving you two. But Padres money line, and then Royals money line. Do with that what you want. Yes, I know the Royals have not been playing great as of late, but Cutter Crawford, to my knowledge, and somebody can check me on this, but I believe he's given up the most home runs in the MLB. He's definitely in the top. He's in the top 5. Listen, there's no way Bobby Witt and Perez and all those boys are going to stay cold. I don't see them getting swept. I really like them at home. And then Padres have Michael King on the mound. Dude, I watched him pitch the other day. Well, I think it was his last start. Yeah. What the fuck? He throws the weird. It's like a knuckle curve. It's like the weirdest. Man, this guy is really good. He's really good. He has a lot of different pitches. He doesn't allow a lot of runs, especially on the road. So I like the Padres as well.
I like where your head's at on both those. Yeah, I do kind of think the Royals will avoid the sweep today. The Royals have been really good this season at home. I was on the Red Sox. You were on Red Sox game 1. I was on them game 2. This game today, I think, is a little – plus Cutter Crawford is like a 6.55 ERA last 4 starts, 9 in his last 2. He's been getting beat up lately, so I think you're right on that one. David asked a good question, bro. Who's hitting a home run tonight? Who do you think's going to hit a home run tonight? Anybody specific you're feeling?
Bobby Witt Jr., baby. Bobby Witt Jr. Why not him? Why not Bobby Witt Jr.? I like that call out.
Let me see something here on this Phillies game. I feel like we're going to get a home run here in this Phillies-Dodgers game.
Yeah, that's what I was looking up. I wanted to see if their starting pitcher was a lefty. He's not. The guy that's starting for the Phillies, if he was, that's where you almost have to lay the juice and go Shote, man. Like, all right, not Ohtani.
I'll probably say to hit a home run in this game. Man, Bryce Harper's been slumping. Alec Boehm. I feel like somebody for the Phillies is going to hit one on Gavin Stone. Let's go with Castellanos. I feel like Castellanos can be pretty juicy here. I could see Castellanos knocking one out. And also, too, bonus pick here. Go to the Mets and the Rockies game. Let's say Lindor hits a home run here. Yeah, Travis says he leads the league with 26 home runs allowed.
So how can we not? You want to do a squad ride? You want to do just like a little baby unit play, guys, for the fucking chat? You want to do just like a 0.1 or 0.2er? We're not talking about anything bad here. We're just talking about units here. But on a little Bobby Witt homer, somebody tell me his odds? Who's got his odds dialed in?
Let's see. I'm pulling the odds up right now as we speak here. What is B Witt at to hit a danger today? Let's see here. I do like a play that's correlated with Bobby Witt hitting a home run in that game. So we'll see here.
Thank you, David. Appreciate you. I can't even see how many people's in here. There could be 5. There could be 5,000. I'm having a fucking dime right now.
Oh yeah, no. So Bobby Witt to hit a home run is plus 420 is what I'm seeing.
Fuck yeah. Yo, and DraftKings has a home run surge.
Okay.
A boost. You throw that. You throw a little 10-piece. You know, it's about Domino's Pizza. And you make back a little Morton Steakhouse with a little Bobby Witt Jr. homer. Yo, and the thing, Castellanos, not last night, but night prior, he had 2 warning track shots.
He's due.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I really like that. I think you're right. I think we're both onto something here. And yes, yeah, plus 420. No, we're not kidding. I love it. TP3 knows I'm a 420 guy.
Yeah. Hey, appreciate you, David. Means a lot. Glad to have everybody come over here, guys, on YouTube and X and watch us come on here and talk sports. Yeah, I definitely think I think the Orioles should bounce back today after taking the L in that last game. They have decent hitting numbers. Wasn't like a crazy play for me or anything. I'm not a huge Trevor Rogers guy, but I do think Baltimore should bounce back for you today. You got any thoughts on that game?
No, I mean, here's the thing, dude. You know, on So Bad, we were basically saying Trevor Rogers, it was almost like Patrick Corbin-ish. It was like fade, 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 fade. And I know that's because he was on the Marlins, but until I see otherwise, I can't back that. I'm sorry. I just can't.
Yeah, I mean, he did get a little bit better. Like, he had a bunch of good starts right before he went over to Baltimore. They had to hit hard in Cleveland, so I'll give him a little bit of a pass there. We'll see what he does today against Toronto. Toronto doesn't have crazy splits against lefties, so I think he might be able to get back on track there. Guys, one more game I want to talk about real quick before we get out of here and call it a stream. We've been on here for about 40 minutes. It's a really good game here. We have the Tigers versus the Mariners, Tariq Skubal versus George Kirby, 2 of the aces of the MLB facing off in this game. Bro, did you have a play or anything you were looking at in this game?
I do, and you guys may hate it, and that's okay. That's okay. But DraftKings is also giving a boost for no run or yes run first inning.
Yeah.
Guys, this line is set at 6. This reminds me of a game not too long ago, just yesterday, where the Twins-Cubs line was set at 6. I just have this feeling there's going to be a call down to boop, 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 Vegas. Hey, leave that curveball hanging. Second pitch. All right. And I got a weird feeling. I wouldn't be surprised if it does still go under the 6 because Skubal is amazing. This is a pitching matchup, a great one. But I also think we might see a run in the first inning. We might see like a solo shot or like a walk and then a double that gets a guy in from first or something like that. Just to get the betters. I mean, look, it's -1. It's -210.
That's crazy. See, I feel like this is what I always tell people. Like, people are always like Yerfy or Nerfy. I'm like, look, I'm not a Nerfy guy. Like, I've never been good with those kind of bets. Just because I feel like in games like this, and when you think about it logically with the Yerfys and Nerfies, you're going to see in that inning, you see arguably the 3 to 4 best hitters on the team. So that's one disadvantage right there. And the second one is usually as a pitcher. Like, you watch some pitchers starts in the first inning, they might like get the bases loaded and get out of the jam, and then they'll just cruise the rest of the game. Like, it's the inning, where you're trying to like get your stuff together and whatnot. I feel like it's just a very high variance inning, so I always stay away from those kind of plays. But I agree with you. Like, I feel like a lot of times you see aces face off. There's like a solo bomb in the first inning, or like you said, a walk and then a double scores the runner, and then you never see anything. You barely even see any base traffic the rest of the game, like that until you get to the bullpen later in the game. So I like where your head's at there. I mean, dude, you just see a total of 6. Like, the wind's not blowing in that crazy. 76 degrees in Seattle. I would want to look towards the over, but here's the thing in this game. Whenever I see a total of 6, I want to look towards that. I think I didn't play this game. I kind of liked the Tigers here, though. Both these teams were ranked, I think, like 26th and 27th the last 8 days in batting average. You look at the last 30 days, both teams are equally as horrible. The Mariners are ass against lefties. The Mariners lead the MLB in strikeouts, and you have Skubal is going to be pumping gas. I don't see how he doesn't get a ton of strikeouts today against Seattle. George Kirby on the flip side of things, he should be able to get up and down this lineup pretty easily. There's a lot of injuries right now / players traded away for the Tigers. Their lineup's just got a bunch of AAA players in it for the most part at this point in time. I think Riley Green is not close to coming back from the IL right now. Same thing with Kerry Carpenter. He's been forgot about at this point. So I would look towards the Tigers to get it done. But, I mean, this is going to be like a 3-1 kind of game probably where it's just a bunch of solo home runs or somebody hits a 2-run bomb and that's it.
So you like the under there?
Man, I would never tell anybody to take under 6. I can only take over 6. So honestly, last year, dude, when the balls were juiced, if they threw a total of 6 out, I would have been on the over. I wouldn't even looked at anything. I would just look to make sure that it wasn't like 20 degrees out and the wind's blowing in, and I would have hit the over instantly. But this year, I just kind of stay away from those games for the most part. But look, last night the total was 6 in the Cubs game, and look what happened.
4th inning. I told you guys. I bought it down to 5.5. I said, there's no way there's not 6 runs in these games. This is Shota Imanaga and Pablo Lopez here. Like, we're not talking about Kurt Schilling and Randy Johnson. Like, what's going on? So, who are y'all taking in the Phillies versus Dodgers game? David, if you had to make me pick a side, I'd probably take the Dodgers. They're at home. They have a more established pitcher. But I'm not taking a side. I would probably take the over. The over 8.5 is what I like. If you can get it at 8.5, I don't mind 9, but really you're looking at a push potentially, and I hate pushing.
Yeah, I would lean towards the Phillies, just getting the plus money. I think both pitchers are kind of a wash. And then, like I said, the Phillies 11-4-1 to the over as away dogs this season, 73.3% on that, hitting by an average margin of 1.9 runs per game. So I think the over is really the play there. I mean, anytime that I don't have a play in a game, unless it's like Chris Sale versus Ryan Feldner, I'm going to lean the dog almost every single time. So that's the way I would look in that game as a dog. So,
word.
Yeah. But all right, guys, that's all we got for today's episode of Weekly Win Streak. Bro, plug SoBet for us one last time, man, before we get up out of here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, we don't have any plays in Little League World Series. Are you fucked? I don't think you can even. All right, guys. You know what it is. Weekly Win Streak every single day, 5 o'clock. We try to do it every single day. It's going to be at least 5 times a week. Make sure you have the notification turned on, okay, on YouTube, on TikTok, on X. So that way, every time we post, you're notified and you don't miss a damn thing. SoBet. SoBet is the truth. It's where you get access to over 50 vetted professional sports experts with one click. You log into the app, you're scrolling through SoBet's exclusive feed of insights. You got player props, parlays, straight bets, every single sport you can imagine. The Olympics right now, it's been a blast to watch, from tennis to volleyball to water polo to obviously your main sports, NFL, NCAA football. Now's the time to lock in. Use the sign-up code TP3. Use the sign-up code wuttup to get an instant $5 off your monthly subscription in the cart. Make sure you're using that code or it's going to be $15 for your month. And get in now because the NFL and the NCAA are coming soon, and it's a business, baby. You want to lock yourself into that low subscription price. It is SoBet or no bet, and that's the fucking facts, baby.
Yeah, so I couldn't have said it any better than Bro said it. Bro said it right there. SoBet, no bet. That's all we got, though, guys, for today. Whatever you do, please gamble responsibly. Let's get this money. We'll be back on here tomorrow, and we'll talk to you all then.